Whenever you are talking or corresponding with a customer, you have choices to make about whether and how you refer to them and your business using personal pronouns like we, you, and us. Getting such a seemingly small thing wrong can damage your business. Convention has it that we should center the customer as you and refer to yourself on behalf of the business as we. But it turns out this is not always right. In fact, a misplaced you might mean losing your customers. In this video, I'll be sharing my ultimate guide to we, me, you, and I personal pronouns, which to use when, including phone calls, emails, and social media, and how correct use can increase revenue by 7%. I'll also share how you can get a copy of your ultimate guide to personal pronouns cheat sheet, so you never have to wonder which to use again. Number one, phone calls. When it comes to phone calls, our use of pronouns needs to change depending on whether it's an outbound call, so you're calling them, or an inbound call when they are calling you. Let's start with calling them. When making an outbound call, say a sales call, we need to get their attention. It's therefore a good idea to start with a you, your positive comment. For example, I really liked your post on LinkedIn last week, or I've been admiring your business for a while now. When the conversation turns to a problem you're hoping to solve for them, it's best to avoid you or your, as it will seem presumptuous. For example, don't say, you seem to be having a problem with X. Instead, broaden the observation to give them permission to agree it might be a concern. For example, I've noticed in your industry that many businesses have a challenge managing X. That might not be the same for you, but I was wondering whether you've observed that too. It's fine to use I to explain who you are and what you do. For example, I'm Sam and I'm the business development manager for XYZ company. And it's appropriate to use we when referring to what your business does, such as we help businesses in your industry get better results. So that's outbound. What about when they call you? When receiving an inbound call, like a complaint or an inquiry, it's best to use I rather than we. For example, I understand and I will fix that on your account. According to 2018 research, using I rather than we can increase revenue by as much as 7%. This is because it improves the odds your customer will perceive you as having greater empathy and agency, which increases their satisfaction and willingness to buy from you. So, what's so wrong with we? In the context of inbound inquiries, we has two issues. First, it seems much less accountable to say, we'll fix that than I'll fix that. And second, we can imply a power imbalance where your customer will feel like it's little old them against you, a large, faceless organization. Number two, letters and emails. When it comes to written materials, pronouns like you and your can infer personal relevance. For example, a heading with change to your business account will be more compelling than change to business account. There is nuance, however, in how you refer to the work you do with those you serve. Let's first talk about your existing customers. For existing customers, researchers found it's best to use we rather than you and business name, but under one condition. The customer needs to expect your relationship to be close. For example, imagine being an accountant, a business coach, or physiotherapist. Because you have likely shared a lot with your client, it's good to refer to we in the work you do together. If the working relationship is more distant, say you're a car insurance company and you don't really have much to do with each other, instead of we, you're better to use you and business name. When it comes to non-customers, things are a little different. Researchers found it didn't matter whether you used we or you and us because, frankly, they don't care enough to look for nuance. Number three, websites. When it comes to your website, it's important to consider your use of pronouns according to which page your customer is visiting. Homepage. When customers land on your homepage, they're curious about whether what you have to offer is a match for what they need. Using you or your is therefore a good way to infer you are focused on them. And it also helps you to draft copy with their needs in mind. For example, get better results for your business or your free guide to SEO. About us. When it comes to the About Us page, there's an art to writing about yourself while not coming across as too self-involved. People only read about us because they want to understand what we do for them. That means your About Us should always come back to what it means for your customer. As a result, don't use too many "we do this, we do that," or "I do this, I do that" statements in a row. To your reader, it comes across as bragging, and that's likely to bore them. Instead, vary the position of personal pronouns so they sometimes appear in the middle of statements. For example, instead of "we were established in 1990, write "established in 1990, we ... because this will reduce the salience of self-centering pronouns. Help page. When your customer accesses a help page, avoid using "you." While "you" is generally a great way to attract someone's attention, in the case of a help page, they've deliberately sorted out. That means you don't need to gain their attention like you might on the homepage. Furthermore, using "you" can inadvertently infer they are to blame for whatever issue they are hoping to resolve. For example, your issue is more inflammatory than an issue. Plus, "you" puts the burden for fixing the issue on their shoulders. For example, "you need to reset the printer" sounds more effortful than a passively phrased "the printer will need to be reset." The effort is the same, of course, but their resentment levels will be much lower if you avoid explicitly telling them that they have to do something by saying "you." Just be sure that the context makes it clear enough who needs to do what so they are not left confused. Number 4, social media. Social media is the fourth method of communication where it's important to get pronouns correct. And that's what I share with my Just Do This members. As a Just Do member, you get over 70 instructional videos of me explaining how to get better results in your business by using techniques from behavioral science. You also get access to an exclusive members-only podcast, templates, scripts, and a session with me every month. Find out more at breewilliams.com. Now, if your head is swimming in pronouns, don't worry. I've created a cheat sheet for you, even if you're not yet a Just Do This member. You can download it using this QR code or find it in the link in the comments.